Grizzlies fans, welcome back into another Grizz game day update. We're taking on the Rockets. Once again, it was a home in Houston, now a home today. Joining us again, Vanessa Richardson. Lovely to see you once again. Back-to-back Vanessa videos.
I mean, what could be better? This time I'm in my little Memphis hotel room, so should be another good one tonight.
It should be. And I think there's two main storylines tonight. So correct me if I'm wrong. Number one, Dylan Brooks is back. I think this is like the one that we'll get into. But before we do, I want to get into the Grizzlies are 1-10 at home. They won one game at home. The Rockets are 1-8 on the road. They have won one game on the road. So one of these teams is going to break the curse, the Achilles heel, whatever you want to call it. What's it going to take from the Rockets tonight to break that on their end?
Yeah, me and you, one of us is doing a walk-off interview, so we don't know who it'll be, but no, I mean, I think the Rockets getting that win against the Nuggets, against a team with so much pedigree, I think definitely helped them get out of that. I think they're learning, it's still a young team. Yes, you have the veterans and Fred and Dylan and Jeff Green, but they're still learning, to win on the road. So the thing about the Grizzlies thing surprises me, but then every stat you guys have, I almost give a little pass to because like your best players are either hurt or suspended. I shouldn't say best, Desmond and Jaren, but you guys have had a slew of issues. So from your end, the way I see it is just when Ja gets back, when you get some of the smart back, when you get some of those guys back, I think then the league will be able to more fairly assess. And I'm not just saying this because it's a Grizzlies podcast. I'm genuinely and wholeheartedly kind of waiting to reserve judgment on the Grizzlies until they at least get some pieces back.
Well, we appreciate that. Yeah, Marcus, Luke, like there is a lot of guys.
Even, I mean,
Yeah.
God.
Brandon, the list goes on and on. For today, Desmond is still questionable going
Mhm.
into this game. He did not play in the game against Houston. That one was lost 117-104 by the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson Jr. had a career high night, 44 points. Tari Eason had a career high night, 25 points, 14 rebounds. Who were you
Yeah.
most impressed with?
Well, I think just because I've seen Tari up close and I watch his work ethic, you know how it is when you're around these guys,
Duh.
Tari, that, chip on the shoulder guy, right? So it's like you have that mindset from him and watching him grow and ingratiate into the league and become even more confident in his own skin, I think was impressive. But from the Grizzlies' perspective, with Jaren Jackson Jr., you see why he was Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, when he decides to do what he wants to do, there is essentially no stopping him. And so that's something that I think is something to look for tonight as well. You're going to have the guys that are going to want to play better defensively against him. Alperen Şengün didn't have maybe his best game against the Grizzlies. What's Alpi going to do? And then neither did Jalen. So is Jalen going to want a little bit of a revenge game? So look, these are two teams that have been through a lot in the last couple of years, and there have been roller coasters for both. And you and I have talked off screen too. That makes it almost to me a more fun and compelling matchup is they have something to prove. So I'm excited. And DB returns home, Kelcey. What can we say?
Yes. So, okay, that's what we'll get to.
We
Um,
will.
at this very moment, I was gonna say, Des, like we don't know yet. So that'll be closer to a game time decision. Obviously, that's a huge
We
offensive.
tried to speak it into existence last time. It didn't work.
I know. Well, we'll try again. The other DB, Dylan Brooks, is back in Memphis for the first time in another jersey. He played 7 years in Memphis, now with the Houston Rockets. And although Memphis and Houston have played twice this season, it has been both away. He will be in FedExForum tonight, going up against his old team. You've talked to him. You've talked about his
Yeah.
return. What is he excited about? What's he feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I was able to chat with him a little bit one-on-one and he just said there's going to be a lot of emotions tonight and he loves, obviously the people of Memphis. He has so many memories here. He said he still has a home here, which I know a lot of the Grizzlies fans already know, but when you're somewhere for 7 years, and I don't even care if it's as a basketball player, anybody watching this podcast, like if you live somewhere for 7 years, there are emotions, memories, tied to that place.
Mhm.
So you have that. Look, I mean, there's no elephant in the room here. Everybody knows that the Grizzlies that it was leaked that they were not interested in bringing him back, and there was an element of that to it. So I think he wants to play well tonight. I think, what I hope is that he gets a lot of cheers
Mhm.
and minimal boos. But Dylan, I also don't think it's gonna phase him. I think he can kind of handle anything. So, I hope that it's a good reception for him. I know that he's gonna look to do a really great job tonight as he returns. And, I got into a little bit with him. We talked a little bit about why, Houston was the right move and how he and Coach Udoka are working so well together. So, I think that is the national storyline tonight. The only way it could be bigger, of course, is if Ja were already back.
Yes. I mean, Ja did speak to the media this morning,
He
but I think
did.
DB's return to Memphis has to be the biggest storyline that there is with this game.
Totally.
Yes, so there will be I'm gonna say a warm reception because
I
again,
hope
like
so.
here for 7 seasons, basketball player or not, Grizzlies fans watched him become a college kid pretty much to a
Yeah.
father to a man. And so he did play with heart every single game. That's what we'll say, whether you love or hate him, because he's like the villain of the NBA, Dylan the villain. But he played with heart, and I don't think any fan can take that away. So let's end this one. Let's end this one with like a little DB something. What do
Okay.
you hope for Dylan Brooks tonight?
I hope that he has, an efficient shooting night
Mhm.
because that's the pattern that we've seen. And I think that he's, especially towards the beginning of the season, I think that he's really relishing and enjoying that. We knew he'd be a great defender, which is awesome. But this offense has also been really great and almost, I don't want to say a surprise, but I think people are surprised at what he's added offensively. So, I mean, I hope he has an efficient shooting night, and I hope he feels satisfied by the homecoming. And I hope he feels appreciated. I do. I really do. A lot of emotional ties here, and I know he's still friends with a lot of guys on the roster. So I hope it's a special night for him. And, regardless of what the result might be, I hope he, as an individual, has a great game because this is not. I love when athletes are like, "Oh, it's just another game."
It's not.
The thing I like about Dylan is he doesn't give you that BS, right? Or
No.
that cliche. It's not just another game for him. He said he's had this one circled, so I hope he does well.
Yes. I think everyone hopes that. I hope it's like a career high night for Dylan and then the Grizzlies win. I'm assuming you hope the opposite. So let's get done. Let's go to the arena, and I will see you in a little bit, and I will see Grizzlies fans for the tip off at 7 p.m.
See you very soon, guys. Stay tuned to see if Kelcey and I match.